What is going on, guys? And thank you all very much for swinging by this very special live stream. E3, the death of E3. This is the funeral of E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, as we are here to celebrate the life of E3 and everything that it has encompassed throughout the years and share our memories with it. As you guys can see, I am, of course, dressed for the event. This is a funeral, so I had to make sure I was dressed for the event and make sure that I was looking quite dapper for it and everything. So, but here we are. We do have to make sure that we have to go ahead and pay our respects for E3 as it has sadly come to a close. So I thank you all very much for swinging by this very special live stream, this somber stream, as we go ahead and discuss everything that was E3. What is going on, chat? Who all is in the stream? Brogu, of course, is in the stream. Thank you so much, Brogu, for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. Hope you are doing great. Sky is in the stream as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here tonight, Sky, this morning, this evening, wherever you may be. I appreciate you. Hope you are doing very great. Who else do we have in the stream here this morning? From my side, looks like Donovan Martin is here as well. What is going on, Donovan? Thank you so much for hanging out with me here during this funeral event of E3. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing great. And of course, Ninja is in the stream. What is going on, Ninja? Ninja asked me if I was in a work call. I actually am still in that work call right now, just monitoring it as I do this live stream, dedicated to you guys as I always am. But I wanted to make sure I get this news and information out to you guys as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So this news just broke over the past hour that E3 is officially dead. So now we are here to celebrate the life of E3. So I thank you guys. Share your memories of E3. Let me know, everybody, your thoughts and memories of E3. Oh, the suit. No, dude, you got that wrong, though. As far as the suit, me wearing this is for the event. This is for the funeral. You know, I had to go ahead and change my clothes because, man, we're here to celebrate the event of E3, the life that was E3. So I had to make sure that I dressed up for the funeral. So that's why I went ahead and put on my dress shirt and put on a tie here and everything. So John Elite is in the stream. What's going on, Oos? Yes, man. Yeah. Rest in peace to E3. This is it. As you can tell by what I'm wearing, as you can tell by the music playing in the background, E3 is officially dead. And, you know, we're here, of course, today, this morning, to celebrate the life that was E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. You know, guys, I went ahead and I've been to 3 E3s, and I was invited to 4. I've been to 3, and I must say that the event will be missed. It will be missed. You know, it was a lot of fun being able to attend each and every single one of those events. And I will definitely miss it, as it definitely holds a special place in my heart, to say the least, for sure. Sky says, I thought for the longest time E3 was a part of YouTubers' hacker story. They did a whole storyline regarding hackers and other shit in 2019, and I used to watch it. Interesting, man. Very interesting. Yeah, E3 was a very exciting event that happened for years in the video game industry. A lot of times during E3, pre-Twitter and pre-social media, that's where we got all of our video game information news. There really weren't any kind of like crazy leaks prior to social media, guys. And once that came along, you know, that's whenever all the leaks seemingly started to come out more often and everything. But at the end of the day, whenever it came down to you know, video game announcements, they were always made right at E3. E3 was always the event where we got all of that information announced. And now it just happens throughout the course of the year, you know? So it's really nice to have that information, you know, being shown off during the course of the year for sure. So that's one thing that, you know, it's really not too bad whenever it comes to E3, but I do feel like it's something that was probably long overdue. It was probably coming for a while. And I know Donovan in the chat there, he kind of alluded to that prior to us going live. Donovan made some really great points, saying that I can't say that I'm shocked given how many times it's been, quote, canceled for the past few years. He also added on and saying, saw this was a long time coming. As soon as Xbox and PlayStation started doing their own streams, which actually reached more people and they can do it for next to nothing. Exactly. Very, very true. And, a lot of people realize that. And that was probably the beginning of the end whenever it came to E3. It's just too expensive at the end of the day to go ahead and organize an event like this, each and every single year. And so I feel that a lot of these companies just said, hey, we can just hold our own events, stream them up live and everything. We'll still have just as much engagement as we would if we were meeting up in person. And plus the cost of those booths, renting out, the ESA having to rent out the Los Angeles Convention Center each and every single year. It's expensive, guys. It's very expensive. And so, at the end of the day, they just realized, hey, this information is getting out there quite fine to everyone who needs it within the video game industry. So quite frankly, we don't need to have this event anymore. So at the end of the day, that's where they made the decision to go ahead and call it a wrap whenever it comes to E3. So let's go ahead and get into the article here, of course. Now, guys, this news was broken from Gene Park. Gene Park is, of course, head of the video game department, if you will, at the Washington Post. He's the one that broke this story here today. And so I want to go ahead and give him credit for this story and go ahead and talk about it here. So here it is, you guys. E3 is officially dead. ESA says, ending years of attempts to revive. So here it is, guys. This is the full story here from Gene Park. So, after more than 2 decades of hosting an event that has served as a central showcase for the United States and global video game industry, the Entertainment Software Association, the ESA, has decided to bring E3 to a close. Stanley Pierre-Louis, the president and CEO of the nonprofit trade association that represents the game industry's interest in the United States. A mix of new competitors, partner withdrawals, changing audience habits, and pandemic-era distributions led to E3's collapse, ending years of attempts to execute the event, which began in 1995. Wow. The story continues here. We know that the entire industry, players and creators alike, have a lot of passion for E3. We share that passion, Pierre-Louis said. We know it's difficult to say goodbye to such a beloved event, but it's the right thing to do given the new opportunities our industry has to reach fans and partners. Those new opportunities include online video game news conferences that feed information directly to audiences without costs associated with attending a trade show, including booth fees like I just mentioned, travel expenses like I just mentioned, and strict deadlines for presentations. In 2011, Nintendo paved the way by creating a direct format at video games conference announcing new games and products. In 2018, Sony PlayStation's decision to leave the event started a domino effect of other vendors and companies pulling their attendance. Just over a year later, former E3 collaborator and journalist Jeff Keighley announced that he quit helping the ESA with the show, and since then, he has successfully engineered his own separate events for the showcase, such as Summer Game Fest, He has also built up the showcase format in the annual Game Awards, including the one that took place, of course, this past Thursday. Recent shows, including the final in-person event in 2019, allowed attendance by the general public as an effort to increase buzz. The pandemic further exacerbated E3's woes as quarantines forced several game publishers to adopt the online news event format to varying degrees of success. In an interview with the Washington Post, Pierre-Louis seemed well aware of the circumstance that hurt attendance. Quote, "There were fans who were invited to attend in the later years, but it really was about marketing and a business model for the industry and being able to provide the world with information about new products," he said. Companies now have access to consumers and to business relations through a variety of means, including their own individual showcases. I remember walking through these halls, man. Xbox booth on the left, PlayStation booth there on the right. Wow. Before E3, video games were showcased at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, but the industry was pushed to the sidelines. The ESA created E3 as a trade show for the retailers, to meet with game publishers and creators. At the time, as an industry, we understood the power games have, Pierre Lewis said, but a lot of others didn't appreciate the important role that our industry plays in the innovation sector in creating serious expressions of art and contributions to economic growth. It grew to a massive multimedia headline, creating an event. Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft showcasing the Wii, the PlayStation 3, and the Xbox 360 consoles. Oh, weren't those the days? Man, I feel like those were the days whenever gaming was like absolutely peaking, bro, respectively, during an electrifying 2005 show. Sometimes the show introduced the public to the gaming's biggest personalities, making household names of developers and company executives. In 2000, game creator Hideo Kojima debuted a jaw-dropping presentation for Metal Gear Solid 2 that paralleled blockbuster filmmaking. His talent for showmanship contributed to his mythology as an enigmatic artist. Wow. Brogu making a comment here. Brogu says, I remembered when G-Force Attack of the Show would cover E3. Me too. They made DVDs and I would order the DVDs just to get all of the content. This is when I was real young, before I was even like in the video game industry. And Grogu continues here, I believe it was the event where Olivia Munn dressed up like a slave girl, Princess Leia. Yes. Who could forget that? She was so beautiful. Oh man. At least we still get Comic-Con. Absolutely. Yes, that'll always be a thing for sure. Really looking forward to Comic-Con this coming year here in 2024. Antonio Jones. Hopefully Marvel will make an appearance, and I'll do a stream for the Marvel Hall H event that goes ahead and happens each and every single year and everything for that. So let's see, continuing on with the article here. In 2004, a new Nintendo America executive named Reggie Fils-Aimé stormed the show's stage and brought his charisma and fire to historical business formal presentations. The effort to replace E3 is ongoing. The Game Awards ceremony has captured much of E3's cultural power, but it has been criticized for its focus on ads and marketing, very true, which hampers recognition of the industry's work. I can completely agree with that. A lot of times during the Game Awards, there were times where it was felt like, hey, shouldn't we sort of be focusing a little bit more on the developers and their work and celebrating their achievements during the Game Awards? Something like that. It felt like it should have been a lot more celebrated, during that event. So I can completely agree and concur with that at the end of the day. Let's see. Pierre Lewis said E3's closure means the business of video games has blossomed in different ways. Any one of these major companies can create an individual showcase and also partner with other industry events to showcase the breadth of games, he said. That's exciting for our industry, and it means it's an opportunity for them to explore how to engage new audiences in different ways. Gene Park, of course, reporter for the Washington Post, one of the best reporters in our industry, broke this news here this morning. And I welcome you guys in once again to the stream. I'm, of course, your host with the most, A to the P, Albert Perkins, host of this channel, the weekly wrap up, and we are here to celebrate the life that was E3. The Electronic Entertainment Expo is officially dead. We're here. This is its homegoing celebration, folks. This is its funeral. As you guys can see, I am dressed for the event, for the occasion. And we're here to discuss the memories and the event that was E3. Charles, what's going on, bro? What I miss? What is happening with E3? I don't know much about it. Is it like a Comic-Con? Yeah, it's basically the video game Comic-Con. All of the new announcements, new games, that's how all the media basically met up with developers. It was this huge con event. Whenever it comes down to it, it's officially gone. It's officially over. E3 is dead. So I was able to attend E3 luckily 3 times in my life. I was invited 4 times. I was able to go 3 times. It was an extraordinary event, you guys. The last time I attended was 2019, just the year before the pandemic hit. And it was absolutely amazing. I will never forget it. I'm very happy that I was able to attend E3 through the years, and it will be missed. You know, it was necessary though. I think it was time. You know, you ask why, Charles. The reason why I feel like is because a lot of these companies realize that, you know, they can hold all of their announcements and everything at showcases online. They can essentially just stream them and just make their announcements there, and they can see that the viewership and everything coming along with it was just as big as if they were to hold an event at E3. They also saw that E3 was expensive. You know, having these booths, the ESA renting out the Los Angeles Convention Center for an entire week, getting things set up, it takes time, and time takes money. And then on top of the money, you know, with that, you of course have being able to rent out these booths. That costs money too. So it costs the ESA a lot of money. Of course, they were charging these different companies to have booths. That was, you know, costing the companies money to have these booths at the event at the Los Angeles Convention Center. An event like E3 cost millions and millions of dollars. It drew in a lot of revenue, of course, for Los Angeles, for sure. But LA is going to do just fine not having E3 anymore. Let's be real. I mean, LA is one of the biggest cities in the world. It does quite well, you know, at the end of the day when it comes to commerce. So it's not going to be an issue whenever it comes to finances and it not being held anymore. But for us, you know, it was just too expensive, man. You know, anytime I had to go out to E3, you know, flying from the East Coast all the way over to the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. Over to the West Coast of the United States, it was hundreds of dollars for me to get over there whenever I went ahead and attended. You know, so probably a round trip flight to Los Angeles was anywhere within the range of $700 to $1,000 each time I went. And, you know, obviously that's very expensive. And on top of that, you know, you had to get hotel accommodations. You know, for all the outlets that I ever worked for within the video game industry, none of them made quite enough to cover my expenses whenever it came to E3. So I was fronting that bill myself. You know, the hotel, you know, the flights. And then on top of that, once you get to E3, you have to have transportation to get around in LA, right? You can't just like rely on, you know, whatever to get from the airport to your hotel. So from there, you know, I had to go ahead and, you know, pay for my Uber, pay for my Lyft, whatever modes of transportation I was using to get where I needed to be. And then on top of that, you know, LA's a big city, guys. And, excuse me, being able to move around in LA, like, you know, LA is filled with traffic. There's thousands, millions of people that live in LA. What am I talking about? Thousands, millions of people that live in LA. So the traffic is a traffic nightmare. And so for me personally, I used their metro. It was their rail line of transit to get around. And, you know, that cost money too, you know, in order to get that card. So, you know, at the end of the day, it was just too expensive. And, I feel that was a very, very driving cost with it. And then, like I said, the industry has evolved a lot since the pandemic. You know, these companies, Nintendo, PlayStation, they've seen that they can go ahead and make their announcements at their own events, having things like the PlayStation Showcase, State of Play, multiple times throughout the course of the year, Nintendo Directs, Xbox Showcases. You guys know what it is. I do those streams all the time right here on this channel, you know, and it draws in just as many viewers as it would if I was like holding up a camera at E3 live vlogging it myself, you know. So at the end of the day, I think that's what it comes down to. I really do. That's a long-winded answer, but I believe that is exactly why E3 has come to a close. So let me take some more comments here. Vine STA, what is going on? Just heard the news. So sad, but it was inevitable. Absolutely. I could not agree with you more. Very, very sad, but very great memories of the show. I will definitely remember all the events and all the memories that came along with E3. Some funny memories that came along with it as well. You guys know the meme is my body is ready. Reggie feels it May. That was at E3, you guys. That came from E3, and so many different funny memories that I just can't think of right now that came out of E3. I mean, I met a lot of people at E3 too. Kind of funnies, Greg Miller, Tim Geddes. I met them at E3. I met Greg Miller like 2 or 3 times at E3, I think twice. And then Colin Moriarty, I met him one time at E3. I walked past him. I was like, hey, Colin, how's it going? He's like, hey, how are you? I mean, it's crazy. You see these big name people that are in the video game industry and you're bumping shoulders with them and you say hi to them. They were the nicest. They were so nice. They always went out of their way to say hi, and everything. I took a picture with Tim Geddes and Greg Miller in 2019 at E3. So it was a blast. They're so nice. Everybody knows who they are. I mean, Greg has over 1 million followers on X. So, I mean, big deal. Are there any cosplayers at E3? Yeah, there were a few. Absolutely. Yeah, it was supposed to be more of a business formal event, but it was definitely a lot of fun for sure. A lot of people came through and went ahead and cosplayed, especially when they opened up the event to the public there the last couple years before it came to a close. They did inevitably go ahead and cosplay and everything, but it was packed. It was packed too. Tens of thousands of people packed the Los Angeles Convention Center. It was just a huge party, huge celebration of video games for sure. So I appreciate everyone swinging by this homegoing celebration of the Electronic Entertainment Expo, otherwise known as E3, the funeral of E3. I thank you guys so much for swinging by the funeral of E3. Smash the like button if you guys have not done so already. I'm only 6 more likes away from 10 likes on this live stream. I would love to get 10 likes on the stream before we go ahead and wrap things up here. I'll be streaming here for just a few more minutes, probably at least another half hour or so before we wrap up tonight's stream. This morning's stream, wherever you may be in the world. I appreciate you. Oh, that sucks. Going to E3 was on my bucket list. Yeah, that's exactly it too. It was on mine too. I'm glad I got the opportunity. I'm glad I'm able to share my memories with you guys of what it was like and everything there as well. So yeah, there's always Comic-Con. Absolutely. There is always Comic-Con to go ahead and check out in the near future there, Charles. So good stuff, man. Very good stuff. I always wanted to go to E3 or Comic-Con. I would love to go to Comic-Con. I've never been to San Diego. I've been to LA, obviously, with E3. I would love to go to Comic-Con and potentially go ahead and check that out. So maybe sometime in the future. Man, now I got some E3 merchandise that, it's with E3 being gone. I mean, that's going to be memorabilia, man. I have an E3 sweatshirt and I also have an E3 collared shirt. I'll be keeping those forever. That is for sure. So I'm just looking down at my phone here because I think I have a couple pictures that I took while I was at E3 here, and I'll go ahead and share those up on screen here in just a matter of moments once I get those airdropped to my Mac here. Sounds like a logistical nightmare. Yeah, it's very difficult for sure, man. Definitely. At the end of the day, whenever it comes down to the organization of things within E3. Sounds like it would have been better to have it in Las Vegas instead of E3. Well, that's what I was saying there in the article there. I think it was just prior to you joining. It was held in Las Vegas a couple times. One time it was held in Las Vegas, Atlanta, Georgia a couple times as well. LA multiple times. LA was its home. But yeah, there were multiple different locations for it and stuff. Burgu says that I know that having technology is great. We're watching your stream because of technology. It's sad that technology is replacing a real life event. That's fair. That's fair. Look, at the end of the day, I loved meeting up with these people, these wonderful people that are within the video game industry. They were great. And it was absolutely incredible to be able to meet up with them, for multiple years that I was able to go and watching them. And at the end of the day, man, it's just, it's sad. It's sad, but you know, I guess it was time. You know, I guess it was time for sure. Team West is in the building. What's going on, Team West? Hi, you look smart. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I got dressed for the event, man. I wanted to go ahead. This is a funeral, right? So I have to make sure I'm wearing black. I have to put on a tie here. This is a homegoing celebration. You know, we're here to celebrate the life and event that was E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. You won't find a stream like this anywhere on YouTube. I can guarantee you guys right now that there is not a single person right now having a funeral for E3. I mean, yeah, sure, they might be doing a live stream, but I guarantee they're not doing a funeral. They're not dressed up like this. They don't have funeral music playing in the background. You can only get this exclusively from the weekly wrap up. Your host with the most A's at the P, Albert Perkins. E3 got blipped. It did get blipped, didn't it though? Man, sad, man, sad. Abdullah, what's going on? I'm doing great, man. How are you? Thank you so much for hanging out with me and swinging by the live stream. We're just hanging out, talking all things E3, the event that was the Electronic Entertainment Expo, as it was officially canceled here today. It's a wrap. I can watch a video of the great Jimi Hendrix, but if I go to a concert and watch him live, oh yeah, that's absolutely, it's different. Live events are just different. They just hit different for sure, man. Yep, I completely agree. Yeah, Abdullah, I remember that, bro. I remember that whenever you swung by the Loki season 2 finale. That was amazing, bro. So many people were there for that stream. I appreciate that. It was a blast. I really hope they do Loki season 3. There's rumblings that they may potentially do that, so definitely keep an eye out. If I hear anything about it, I'll be sure to make a video or a live stream about that. I'll keep you guys posted because I got a lot of Loki fans that night. That is for sure. That was an awesome stream. Thank you guys. Yes, we still have Summer Game Fest, thanks to Jeff Keighley. So I'll still be doing that. Summer Game Fest is alive and well, and it seems to be getting better and better each and every single year. This past Summer Game Fest was really good. I was impressed by it. So if it continues, and I'm sure it will, definitely keep it going. So good stuff, guys. Very, very good stuff. All right, let's see here. I do want to go ahead and share some photos that I took while I was at E3. If I can get them sent over properly. It looks like the one's just like not sending right. I'm not sure why. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, there we go. I want to share couple of my favorite photos that I took while I was at E3. John asks me, was Loki season 2 better than season 1? Yes. Yeah, I think it was. I do think it eclipsed it. Just amazing. That finale was everything, man. It was so well done. And I absolutely think that it was better than season 1. Season 1 was very, very good, but season 2 was on another level in my opinion. I really do think so. Yeah, guys, so here's my photo. Now, this photo might be a little big, and if it comes up big, I do apologize, but here it is. If it drops in, is it going to drop in? Okay, it looks like it's going to do something there. And it might be huge when it drops in again. I apologize if it's too big. There it is. Yep. There it is. And that's from E3 2019, you guys, as I was there hanging out with Greg Miller and Tim Geddes, as it is right there, you guys. Such an awesome show, as I live and breathe. Greg Miller, Tim Geddes. It was such an awesome, what a vibe, E3. E3 was just a vibe, you guys. And I just had the best time, you know, meeting up with these guys, seeing them and always bumping shoulders. So I'm like, these are the two of the biggest names in the video game industry, man. And I was able to like bump shoulders, and they were like super awesome. You see, they're gracious enough to take a picture with me. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's freaking awesome, right? It's just freaking awesome, you know? So it was really cool to be able to bump shoulders and hang out with them like that. So really fun stuff. And then this other picture, this is just a fun photo. Nintendo always did such an awesome job at their booths. And whenever Luigi's I think it was a Luigi's Mansion was dropping for Nintendo here, I took this as a photo op. And here, the picture will be dropping in a second. You guys will like this one. This one's pretty funny. And it's basically just acting like you're scared, right? Just acting like you're afraid. You're with, you see Luigi, he's scared, so I gotta be scared too. So there it is. You said that you see the bellhop trying to help me out, trying to hold me back from anything. And yeah, just an amazing candid photo that I took there and everything at E3. And E3 was just an event, man. It was so much fun. And again, this was at in 2019 there as well, I do believe. And man, it was so much fun. Did I meet any gamers? Yeah, John. Yeah, as I alluded there, I met Tim Geddes. I met Greg Miller. They're from Kinda Funny. I'm sure you've heard of Kinda Funny. They're huge on YouTube. Absolutely awesome stuff there. I gotta go now. Sounds good, Team West. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here in the stream for this funeral event. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you in the next live stream, bro. Brogu says, that's a great photo. I see that fresh fade haircut you got. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much. I need one right now. Actually, it's starting to grow out and get a little fuzzy and everything. I like to keep my hair short and neat, but I digress at the end of the day. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to be able to take, candid photos like that. And then in addition, the photo I took there with Greg Miller and Tim Geddes there as well. So I doubt they remember me, but being in the video game industry still, it's nice to still be able to keep up and see that they're doing quite well over and Kinda Funny and everything. So kudos to those guys. Awesome stuff. Appreciate everyone swinging by the live stream as we go ahead and remember the life of E3, the funeral of E3 here in this live stream. Go ahead and smash the like button if you guys have not done so already. I would love to get 10 likes on this live stream before I end it. I have 4 likes so far. I only need 6 more for 10. Go ahead and vote in the poll, you guys, if you haven't done so already. Surprisingly enough, do you guys think that E3 will ever return? This absolutely shocks me. 62% of you guys say yes, you do think that E3 will return, while 38% of you say no. If I was voting, I would absolutely say no. I mean, this is the ESA. The ESA are the ones who owned E3. They're the ones who have canceled it. In order for it to come back, they would have to have their minds swayed like to the next level in order for them to bring it back. So I would be voting no. If you guys haven't done so already and voted, make your voice be heard and go ahead and vote in the poll. I appreciate everyone's support and interaction here in this live stream. It's really, really nice. And again, if you're wondering, you're joining the stream for the first time, you're wondering why I'm dressed up, this is a funeral, man. This is a homegoing celebration of the Electronic Entertainment Expo. We're here to talk about and celebrate the life that was E3. And so that's why I am dressed up to the 9. And that is why you hear somber music playing in the background here as well. So appreciate everyone swinging by this live stream here this evening, this morning, wherever you guys may be in the world. Thank you guys so much. Hope everyone is doing great. Hope everyone is doing well in the chat. We're going to keep it going here for a few more minutes before I wrap things up. Anyone in the chat have any memories of E3 that they've watched, or has anyone in the chat been to E3? Anyone have any memories from E3, whether you've watched it, on your computer to monitor, on your phone, or whether you've been there in person? What are some of your biggest memories of E3? For me, my biggest memory is just the vibe, bro. Just the vibe. E3 was a vibe. Like when you were there, man, it just hit different. It's this huge video game arcade, the biggest video game arcade that you can ever possibly even think of, that encompassed miles of gaming and just people. And it was absolutely incredible. Tens of thousands of people, guys. I'm talking between 60 to 90,000 people every single year it was held. It was a big deal, bro. It was a big deal. Is E3 a one-day or multiple-day event? It was a multiple-day event. So it was typically held. So the show floor, it started later on in the week. The show would start on like a Sunday. Xbox would have their thing. And then Monday, PlayStation would have their thing. And then Tuesday, Nintendo would have their thing. And then the show floor would typically open up from like what was it, like Monday or Tuesday all the way through until Thursday. Thursday was typically the last day, and then mostly everybody flew back home the next day there on Friday and everything. So, you know, either way, at the end of the day, E3 was a week-long event for multiple folks. Ollie, what's going on? Hey, wrap up. I don't know what E3 is, but I just wanted to stop by and say what's up. Also, are you all suited up for work? Thank you, bro. Yeah, Ninja was in here earlier as well. A lot of people think I'm suited up for work, but I'm not. I'm actually dressed up because this is a funeral. The homegoing celebration of the Electronic Entertainment Expo, otherwise known as E3. So that's why you hear the somber music playing in the background, and that's why I'm dressed up in black, of course, for the funeral. As far as what E3 is, Ollie, E3 was, I should say, the biggest event in the video game industry, basically the Comic-Con of the video game industry. It was held where all the new games, all the announcements, everything, where the media met up with developers and went ahead and showcased all of their games to the media, and then the media went ahead and let you guys know exactly what you can come to expect in the coming months and years ahead within the video game industry. So it was a huge trade show, and it will be very, very well missed for sure. So that's what E3 was. It was awesome. It was awesome, man. I was able to go to it 3 times. My last time I went was in 2019 before the pandemic, and it was just a vibe, bro. It was just a vibe. Just picture a huge video game arcade with like 60 to 90,000 people attending. That's basically what it was. It was incredible, unbelievable, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to go. You know, I absolutely met some cool people. Of course, I met Greg Miller. I met Tim Geddes. I saw Colin Moriarty, Brittany Brombacher. I saw her before. I mean, man, there's like so many people there at E3. You just walk right past them. Hey, how's it going? You know, just go about your business because you're doing your thing. They're doing their thing. Everybody that was at E3 for media was doing work. We're there to do work. But it didn't feel like work, man. You know, because whenever you're in this industry, it doesn't feel like you're doing work, man. It just feels like you're having fun. You know, you're just playing along, right? So that's what makes the video game industry so great, so much fun. Well, the bell is about to ring class for me, and then I have Spanish after this. Thank you so much, Ollie. Appreciate you, man. Have a great class. I'll catch you in the next live stream, bro. Thank you so much for swinging by the stream and hanging out with me. That's awesome. Charles says, well, Albert, for you and other American friends in the chat from the Upper East Side of the country, you'll always have the Fan Expo in Toronto or the Montreal Comic-Con. Oh, nice. Yeah. Absolutely, that's something to look forward to. Of course, we have Summer Game Fest too that Jeff Keighley holds, and you know, a lot of people always mentioned, I should say, in the chat, multiple times, of course, Comic-Con, SDCC. So plenty to look forward to. Excuse me, guys. Plus bonus, it'll be cheaper for you to come over here because of the exchange rate. That's fair. That's true. But Albert, logistically, Montreal is a blast. Biased because it's my hometown. Right on, bro. There you go. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, I've never been to Montreal. I've been to Canada briefly, but it doesn't really count because it was like Niagara Falls. That doesn't really count, really, does it? No. You know, so, you know, at the end of the day, I would love to get up there sometime. Maybe for that event, if it ends up getting bigger, I'll go check it out. That sounds awesome, bro. And, you know, I would love to go to SDCC, honestly, San Diego Comic-Con. They don't do any gaming stuff at SDCC, but, you know, something like that would be awesome, you know, obviously for fans and media alike to attend. I have not been there, but I'm sure multiple have. But whenever it came to E3, man, like I said, E3 was a vibe. It was incredible. And, you know, if you guys have never seen anything with E3, what it looks like and stuff, go on YouTube. You know, it'll live forever on YouTube. You can just search anything like E3 crowds, E3 vibe. You'll get a very good idea of exactly what E3 was like. I promise you that. You're in a walking distance from the convention center to your hotel. Oh, that's cool. Right next door is Chinatown and the Old Port. Huge tourist attraction. That sounds like fun, bro. Wow. Maybe I'll have to make a visit there at some point in my life. That sounds really cool. That sounds like fun. Very nice. Very good stuff. Man, I cannot believe it's over, guys. You know, this music. Anybody need any tissues? Anybody feeling pretty sad because of this? I personally, you know, not feeling too sad because it was a long time coming. This was a long time coming, you guys. And it was a slow death, honestly. It was a slow death, and it probably felt like something that probably should have happened a long time ago. You know, leading up, it was canceled multiple times. E3 was multiple times. And, you know, given the fact that, you know, it's officially canceled here now, leads me to believe that it will never come back. Like, this is it. This is it. So enjoy the rest of your day. Stay frosty, and always remember, this is the way. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Brogu. I appreciate you. Have a great afternoon, a great day. We'll see you in the next live stream, man, whenever that may be. Good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that's pretty awesome. I just searched for E3 on YouTube, and this live stream is like the third result that pops up right now. That's pretty awesome. Well, it's not an incognito search, but that's still probably fairly high, I would say. So, good stuff, guys. I appreciate everyone stopping by this live stream, paying your respects to E3. That's what this is. We are all paying our respects to E3, the event that was the Electronic Entertainment Expo. As it is officially dead, this is the funeral of E3. I'm dressed for a funeral, of course, because it's over. It's officially over, man. It's crazy. Crazy, man. E3 will never be back. It's officially done. Very, very sad. Let me see if I can find a video of just kind of showing the crowds. Oh, this video kind of showcases it a little bit. This is back whenever I was affiliated with Mammoth Gamers way back in the day. E3 2017 show floor crowds. Very good stuff. I'm going to mute the music there because it's kind of annoying there whenever I go ahead and play it back. John Elite, appreciate you, bro. Leaving your condolences, dropping some flowers. Thank you so much. The ESA, the entertainment industry, thanks you so much for doing that. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. That's fantastic, bro. So yeah, if you guys have never been to E3, I mean, look at this. If I can pull it up here properly. Man, I thought I had the right window shared there. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I have the right stuff shown off here. Oh, I see. We're just sharing Safari. Got it. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. If you guys have never been to E3, you don't know what the crowds are like, this is exactly what they were like. And again, I apologize for the video being shaky. I actually filmed this video and but it was absolutely insane. So here it is. This is the show floor crowds whenever it came to E3, man. I mean, look at all these people, bro. You see IGN there and everything. GameStop's booth. GameSpot, excuse me. Look at Nintendo's booth right there. Look at that booth, you guys. Are you kidding me? Look at all these freaking people, bro. Insane. Absolutely incredible. And I mean, it's just a vibe, bro. It was just a vibe. E3 was. Oh, man. This was my second E3 that I attended in 2017. So I went in 2013, 2017, and 2019. Those were the 3 years that I attended. So this was my second one, representing the website that I created at the time. It was called mammothgamers.com, which no longer exists. I mean, it may exist, but it's a completely different person, completely different person owns the domain. Is it always that crowded? Yes. Yes, it is. Yep. Every single time. Now, towards the end, it started being not as crowded, but yeah, it was pretty much as crowded for sure. Plenty of swag, as you can see, people walking around with swag and everything, book bags. Look at look at GameStop with their GameSpot. If I say GameStop one more time, just slap me in the face. GameSpot with their booth there, and then here's the escalator leading on down. This is like the hub. You can see this is the year Life is Strange dropped, because you can see the big banner there from Square there and everything. Advertisements there for Twitch. I mean, look, man, it's just a vibe, bro. Everyone's just hanging out. This was what it's like, and this will live forever on the internet, which is awesome. And because a lot of people who did not get the opportunity to go ahead and check out E3, you know, they had the opportunity. You guys have the opportunity to see it as such here with that video alone. So I think that's really cool. It's cool that it'll still live forever on the internet. So there's a couple more videos. This one here is about a minute long, talking about inside the show floor at E3. So if we can get that one queued up here, bear with me as I navigate some of the websites there for that. Here we go. So there it is. That's the Electronic Entertainment Expo right there. Now this one's edited. This one's heavily edited. But yeah, here's the crowds, bro. This is 2016. This is the year in between one of the years when I went. But yeah, you can see, yes, it is absolutely always that crowded. And when the doors open, everyone rushed just like that, trying to hurry to get to the booth so they can be the first to see exactly what's going on. You see PlayStation's booth there. This was the year Breath of the Wild dropped, as you guys can see there. So that was obviously a big year for Nintendo. And yeah, look at this, man. It was a vibe, bro. I mean, shooting hoops. Yeah, going upstairs, closed door events. Closed door events with developers were a thing. Big time. It's just really, really cool to see. And look at these booths, man. They weren't cheap to set up. That's thousands of dollars to just set up like that, you know. Look at all, it's this huge arcade. Everyone playing Xbox. Watch Dogs 2, Capcom, Resident Evil 7 looks like. Lego Star Wars there. I saw a closed door event of Lego Star Wars the one time I went. PlayStation VR. I mean, so cool, man. That's what it was, man. That's exactly what it was. E3. And it's gone. Just gone, man. So sad. But we have those memories to live on forever. I encourage you guys to go ahead and check it out. Just search E3 crowds. You'll see plenty of video to reminisce on whenever it comes down to E3. But E3 is gone, but it will never be forgotten, as it will live forever on the internet. And we will definitely keep it in its memory. I can see it, and I can see it now. A year from now, I'll be like, remember E3? So we'll definitely be sure to keep it in our memory. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. Chat got a little bit too small there for a second. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's approaching noon here on the East Coast. I need to go ahead and wrap things up as we do. So I appreciate everyone swinging by this live stream here this morning. I keep saying this evening because I typically do a lot of my live streams in the evening. But this one obviously different, being that it was kicked off in the morning time. I actually probably should keep going and seeing if more people will swing by, since it is about lunchtime. But at the end of the day, I'll probably go ahead and wrap things up here for this live stream event as we go ahead and get ready to continue our day, you know, at the end of the day. So I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope everyone continues to have a great day. Pay your respects to E3. Go ahead and check out some crazy videos on YouTube. I'm looking at one here now from Polygon 7 years ago. Zelda fans stampeding the E3 show on the final day of the show. Unbelievable, bro. The video is like 1 minute and 11 seconds long. And it's literally people were, I'll show it. I don't think Polygon's going to come after me for this, but we'll show it up real quick at the end of the day. I did it again. Give me 1 second here. I'll get that queued up so you guys can see. And this is what it was like, man. Like whenever you had these huge games dropping, people would run to where they needed to go. Look at this. They're just running. The one dude's like this. Praise the sun. Did you see that? That's hilarious. But yeah, look at this, man. Trying to play Zelda for the last day because, you know, they just know that, hey, this is it, bro. It's crazy. Look at all those people running to go ahead and freaking get the Zelda. Unbelievable, bro. So yeah, there it is. That year, 70,300 people attended E3. You can see Sega's booth there. Gran Turismo Sport is being shown off. It's crazy. Wild, wild stuff. So that's what it is. It's a vibe, bro. It was a vibe. All right, guys. I think we've paid our respects enough here for this live stream. Been streaming with you guys for about 54 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. And just remember everything that was whenever it comes to E3. A very, very special event for thousands of people who were able to attend. I appreciate you guys. My next live stream is scheduled for this coming on Sunday. Sunday, I will be doing a live stream for Sunday Night Live. I hope you guys are able to swing by for that. I didn't have a very good turnout for that, but I will continue to do that live stream here. You know, hopefully the viewership is a little bit better than it was for this past week. We'll see how it goes. If it continues to kind of dwindle, I probably won't do my Sunday night live streams anymore, but hopefully it was just a little, you know, just an effect where people were getting ready for the holidays. That's what I'm thinking it probably was at the end of the day. So I will definitely go ahead and do a live stream here this Sunday night. So definitely make sure your bell notifications are turned on so you know whenever I go live for that. John, I appreciate you. Oos, take it easy, bro. I will see you in the next live stream. And to everyone else, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm, of course, your host with the most, A to the P, Albert Perkins, and we will see you in the next live stream or video. Until then, and as always, peace. Appreciate you all. Take care, pay your respects, and remember, all it was E3. Take care now, guys.